In Jewish tradition, a Levite is a member of the Israelite tribe of Levi, descended from Levi, the third son of Jacob and Leah. The tribe of Levi served particular religious duties for the Israelites and had political responsibilities as well. In return, the landed tribes were expected to give tithe to support the Levites, particularly the tithe known as the Maser Rishon. The Kohanim were the priests who performed the work of holiness in the temple. The Levites who were not Kohanim played music in the temple or served as guards. When Joshua led the Israelites into the land of Canaan, the sons of Levi were the only Israelite tribe that received cities but were not allowed to be landowners because the Lord, the God of Israel, himself is their inheritance. In contemporary Jewish practice, today, Levites in Orthodox Judaism continue to have additional rights and obligations compared to lay people, although these responsibilities have diminished with the destruction of the temple. For instance, Kohanim are eligible to be called to the Torah first, followed by the Levites. Levites also provide assistance to the Kohanim, particularly washing the hands before the Kohanim recite the priestly blessing. They also do not participate in the Pidyon Harbon ceremony, because they are traditionally pledged to divine service. Conservative Judaism recognizes Levites as having special status, but not all conservative congregations call Kohanim and Levites to the first and second reading of the Torah, and many no longer perform rituals such as the priestly blessing and Pidyon Harbon, in which Kohanim and Levites have a special role. Reconstructionist and Reform Judaism do not observe the distinctions between Kohanim, Levites, and other Jews. Orthodox Judaism believes in the eventual rebuilding of a temple in Jerusalem and a resumption of the Levitical role. There is a small number of schools, primarily in Israel, to train priests and Levites in the respective roles. Conservative Judaism believes in a restoration of the temple as a house of worship and in some special role for Levites, although not the ancient sacrificial system as previously practiced. Relationship with Kohanim. The Kohanim are traditionally believed and halakhically required to be of direct patrilineal descent from the biblical Aaron of the Levi tribe. The noun Kohen is used in the Torah to refer to priests, both Israelite and non-Israelite, such as the Israelite nation as a whole, as well as the priests of Baal. During the existence of the temple in Jerusalem, Kohanim performed the daily and holiday duties of sacrificial offerings. Today Kohanim retain a lesser though somewhat distinct status within Judaism, and are bound by additional restrictions according to Orthodox Judaism. During the priestly blessing, the Levites traditionally washed the hands of the Kohanim prior to the blessing of the house of Israel. Bat Levi. A Bat Levi is no longer recognized by many Rishonim as having lineal sanctity in both Orthodox and Conservative Judaism, stemming from her traditional eligibility to receive proceeds of the Levitical tithe. In both Orthodox Judaism and Conservative Judaism, children of a Bat Levi, regardless of her marital status or husband's tribe, retain the traditional exemption for the children from the requirement of being redeemed through the Pidyon Harbon. Contrary to popular belief, this is not due to any sort of lineal sanctity, but rather, it is a mitzvah similar to all other mitzvahs. Conservative Judaism permits a Bat Levi to perform essentially all the rituals a male Levi would perform, including being called to the Torah for the Levite Aliyah in those conservative synagogues which have both retained traditional tribal roles and modified traditional gender roles. In Israel, conservative Masorti Judaism has not extended Torah honors to either a Bat Cohen or a Bat Levi. The Levites and the Holocaust in 1938, with the outbreak of violence that would come to be known as Kristallnacht. American Orthodox Rabbi Menahem HaKohen Rizikoff wrote about the central role he saw for priests and Levites in terms of Jewish and world Responses: in worship, liturgy, and teshuvah, repentance. In the priests and the Levites, he stressed that members of these groups exist in the realm between history and redemption, and must act in a unique way to help move others to prayer and action, and help bring an end to suffering. He wrote, "Today, we also are living through a time of flood, not of water, but of a bright fire, which burns and turns Jewish life into ruin. We are now drowning in a flood of blood." Through the Kohanim and Leviim help will come to all Israel. Levite population. Levite Y chromosome studies. A 2003 study of the Y chromosome by Behar et al. Pointed to multiple origins for Ashkenazi Levites, a priestly class who comprise approximately 4% among the Ashkenazi Jews. It found that haplogroup R1A1 are uncommon in the Middle East or among Sephardi Jews, originating in south of Central Asia and dominant in Central Europe and Indian subcontinent at 30 to 65%, is present in over 50% of Ashkenazi Levites, while the rest of Ashkenazi Levite's paternal lineage is of certain Middle Eastern origin. Bahar suggested a founding event, probably involving one of very few European men, occurring at a time close to the initial formation and settlement of the Ashkenazi community as a possible explanation, as Nebel, Bahar and Goldstein speculate, although neither the NRY haplogroup composition of the majority of Ashkenazi Jews nor the microsatellite haplotype composition of the R1A1 haplogroup within Ashkenazi Levites is consistent with a major Khazar or other European origin, as has been speculated by some authors. One cannot rule out the important contribution of a single or a few founders among contemporary Ashkenazi Levites. A 2013 paper by Siriroot et al. Confirmed a near Middle Eastern origin for all Ashkenazi Levites, including the R1A chromosome carriers, and refuted the Khazar origin. Previous Y chromosome studies have demonstrated that Ashkenazi Levites, members of a paternally inherited Jewish priestly caste, display a distinctive founder event within R1A, the most prevalent Y chromosome haplogroup in Eastern Europe. Here we report the analysis of 16 whole R1 sequences and show that a set of 19 unique nucleotide substitutions defines the Ashkenazi R1A lineage, while our survey of one of these, M582, in 2,834 R1A samples reveals its absence in 922 Eastern Europeans. We show it is present in all sampled R1A Ashkenazi Levites, as well as in 33.8% of other R1A Ashkenazi Jewish males and 5.9% of 303 R1A Near Eastern males, where it shows considerably higher diversity. Moreover, the M582 lineage also occurs at low frequencies in non-Ashkenazi Jewish populations, in contrast to the previously suggested Eastern European origin for Ashkenazi Levites. The current data are indicative of a geographic source of the Levite founder lineage in the Near East and its likely presence among pre-diaspora Hebrews. Lineage having a last name of Levi or a related term does not necessarily mean a person is a Levite, and many Levites do not have such last names. Levitical status is passed down in families from parent to child, as part of a family's genealogical tradition. Tribal status is determined by patrilineal descent, so a child whose biological father is a Levite is also considered a Levite. Jewish status is determined by matrilineal descent. Thus, conferring Levitical status onto children requires both biological parents to be Jews and the biological father to be a Levite. Currently, the only branches of Judaism which regard Jewish status as being conferable by both both parents have also abolished tribal statuses and distinctions, due to a view in both cases that egalitarian principles override halakha. Accordingly, there is currently no branch of Judaism that regards Levitical status as conferable by matrilineal descent. It is either conferable patrilineally, in the traditional manner, or it does not exist and is not conferred at all. Notable descendants in tradition: Moses, Aaron, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Samuel, Habakkuk, Malachi, Miriam, Ezra, Korah, John the Baptist. Levite surnames: some Levites have adopted a related last name to signify the priestly status. Not necessarily all carriers of the down-listed surnames are descended from Levite tribe, but it is usually considered a good indication of genuine Levite ancestry through the ages. Because of diverse geographical locations, the names have several variations. A Louis, Arabic variant of Sephardic origin. Aguilo, surname to the Jews from Majorca. Bazes, a Levite surname. Benveniste, a Sephardic Levite surname. Epstein, one of the European lineages descended from Zerahiah Levi of Sepharad. Horowitz Halevi, or simply Horowitz, Howitz, Gurevich, a European Levite surname, tracing to Isaiah Horowitz Halevi, a descendant of Zerahiah Levi of Sepharad. Joiner, Jenner, Gen, Shriner, from the origin of the meaning of Levi, to join. Oftentimes temple craftsmen and carpenters. The name engineer, from Janira joiner. Levi, L-E-acute-V-Y, Hebrew for Levite, equally common in Ashkenazic and Sephardic groups. Halevi, and Halevi, Hebrew language, and all translate to the Levi or the Levite. Levin, Russian variation. Also Levine, Lavna, Levine, and Lewin, a Polish variation, sometimes supplemented with German Tal to Leventhal, Leventhal, and Son, and Son to Levinson, a Levinson as a patronymic, and with Slavic ski and sky suffixes Levinsky, Lewinsky, and Lewinsky. Lev, simplified Russian variation. Levi, Levi, a common Levite surname. Levan, Levat, a Levitic surname, originally meaning a person from Levice, but today it is used by Jews who were forced to change the name during the Holocaust. Leviev, the Russified surname that many Bukharian Jews of Central Asia have, sometimes spelled Leviv or even Levaliev. Leviter, Elia Leviter, an ancestor of David Cameron. Lewicki, Polish, of the Levites, also Lewicka, Lewicki, Levicki, Levich, also Levenik, Prelevich, Croatian, or Serbian variations. Levit, also Levit, typically from the Bessarabia region of Romania, Moldova, and southern Ukraine. Lewita, Polish, Levitia, Levita Latinized, with Slavic suffix an in Lewiton, Leviton, Lewiton, Lewitin, and with additional suffix ski, sky, Levitansky, Levitansky, also Levitas, Levitis, Lithuanian, Belarusian, also but rare Lafite, Lafite, of French Sephardic origin. Variants from Yiddish Levik, a pet form of Levi. Levich, Ukrainian variant, also Levich, Levi's, Levits, Lewis, and with ski and sky suffixes Levichki, Levitsky, Levitsky, and Levitsky. Louis, or Lewj, Lowy, and Low German are Swiss variations. Levi, Finnish variation. Levin, Swedish variation. Levian, Ben Levi, Liviam, Persian Jewish variations. Siegel, shortened, Sagan, Levi. Erfali, Levi, also Levi Abad, Levi Aslan, Levi Hamami, an Erflim community surname, which was mostly Levite in origin. Zemel, shortened, Zekami Shevet Levi. Modern Levites. The following is a list of Levites in modern times: Frank Gehry, Yukov Yitzchak Horowitz, Ephraim Halevi, Sadia Kobashi, Norman Lear, Primo Levi, Claude Elie Acute vi Strauss.